Hello everyone, my name's Jeff Murphy. I created this fan-made scenario, kind of a chapter 15, so you can get more use out of the Liquid figure. It's the battle between Liquid and Solid on top of Metal Gear Rex. I worked with my wife Laura. Her and I kind of eked out and tested a whole bunch of different mechanics, but what we came up with is the most straightforward, seems to be balanced more. Still a tough fight, but I kind of wanted to teach you it by walking you through the game. Basically, Liquid and Solid's player boards are replaced with these cards. Liquid's going to start with 20 life. Snake will have 10. That's how much damage they can take before they're out. Liquid's deck is kind of a timer as well, and that's represented on the thermal detonator card as well. As it drops down, he's going to try and get through his deck as fast as he can. Basically, he either wants to beat Snake or he wants to waste as much time as possible. So in this scenario, Solid doesn't have any equipment. He just has his focus tokens, and then he has 10 cards. So there is basically 2 left punches, 2 right punches, 2 dodge lefts, 2 dodge rights, and his powerful move, his roundhouse. But I'm just going to walk you through the scenario. I figure this is the easiest way to kind of show you the basic mechanics. So Snake doesn't have, like on his player board, a move action. In this case, he's going to discard a card, and he can do that once per turn before he acts to move forward. So he's going to discard a dodge right to move forward, and then he's going to choose the card he wants to play that round. We're going to play a left punch. Now it goes to Liquid's turn. Liquid is going to go ahead, and he always moves forward towards Snake as much as possible, 1 space per turn, and then he is going to play the top card of his deck. He throws a left punch. Cool part here is the design on these cards. We really tried to design it where it's easy to orientate them towards if you need to rotate them on the board to see how it goes. In this case, both these characters would attack each other. So Liquid rolls, well, let's start with Solid. Solid rolls for damage. He beats the 3 defense on Liquid, so Liquid is going to take 1 damage, and then Liquid is going to strike back simultaneously, and he also hits Solid. When damage occurs, they get pushed back 1 space. All right. So continuing along, we're going to go ahead and discard another dodge right. We're hoping that something will shake up here. And we're going to throw another left punch, really trying to keep him towards the edge if possible. Liquid is going to go ahead and move forward, and he's going to play a charge. Now the charge is Liquid's super move basically, so Snake will still get a punch in, but the charge is very strong. Basically with the charge, Liquid will move forward 2 spaces, charging towards Solid, and if he ever enters Solid space and damage occurs, basically he would enter his space unless it's canceled by damage. We'll go over that in just a second. So Solid will roll for his punch. It's a miss. This is a great example. Liquid is going to roll for his charge. It gives Solid 1 damage, and because there is no reciprocal damage, Liquid's charge into Solid space isn't canceled. So basically a charge, when it hits, will push Solid back 2 spaces, and Liquid will enter the space that he knocked Solid out of unless Liquid took damage. All right, so now we're going to try and trick Liquid into coming at us so we can get him against an edge where we can pin him and punch him, hopefully. I'm going to play a dodge left card. As you can see on the dodge cards as well, they're all oriented to let you know the direction the character will dance. We'll see here. So Liquid will move forward 1 space. He's going to play the top card of his deck. It is also a dodge left. You'll see in the top right that it's a priority 2. So Solid will go first in this case. If it was a priority 1, Liquid would. So basically, Solid will dance like this, and then Liquid is going to dance as well, pinning him in the corner. So they both kind of dodged around each other, not to Liquid's benefit in this case. Okay, now we kind of got him pinned where we want him. Unfortunately, I'm out of left punches, which would keep Liquid from trying to dodge out. So we're going to just go ahead and throw the right punches we have currently. So we're going to throw a right punch. Liquid is going to dodge left. Looking at his orientation, you see that he can't. He's pinned up against the corner, so we can't pummel him with a right punch. That hits Liquid for 1 damage. And because it is a damage, it pushes him back. And this is the grip feature. So these two characters, when they're on the edge, their cards can't make them go over the edge, but hitting them can knock them over the edge. So we're going to roll 2 white dice for Liquid. This represents each hand. If he rolls an exclamation mark, he takes the damage for each one. In Solid's case, it's a little more dangerous. If Solid ever rolls 2 of these, he falls. And that's the end of the game. So we're going to roll for Liquid. Liquid rolls just fine. He climbs back up. And we're going to continue on. Okay, so we're going to throw another right punch and hope that that keeps going. So both Solid and Liquid throw a punch. We're going to roll for Solid. It's a hit on Liquid. And Liquid strikes back and hits Solid. Both of them are pushed back 1 space. But Liquid is knocked over the edge again, where he'll roll for grip. He does roll an exclamation mark, so he does take a damage. But he climbs back up. Okay. So now we're kind of down to our super moves and 1 extra dodge card. We're going to go ahead and discard the dodge card to move forward 1 space, throw out a roundhouse. Liquid is going to also throw a left punch. So let's start with Solid's roundhouse. So the roundhouse, it's one of the cards that allows Snake to attack in every direction, long story short. And it occurs after a dodge, so it kind of just to cover all your bases. And it allows Snake to roll 2 dice instead of 1 like the punches. So we're going to roll for Solid. Liquid takes 2 damage. So he is now at 6 damage total. And Liquid is still going to punch back with his left punch. And it's a miss. Great. Liquid's pushed over the edge. He rolls 2 dice. Nope, no damage occurring. He climbs back up. Okay, and then we only have 1 card left. So you kind of have to play at this point. You can't discard your last card for movement or anything. So we got to get through whatever choice we made to leave in our hand. All right, we're going to play the roundhouse again. And Liquid's going to right punch this time. So Solid rolls for his 2 dice. It's 1 hit on Liquid. Liquid. Man, I'm rolling really bad for Liquid today. All right, well, Liquid gets pushed off the edge again. And climbs right back up just fine. Okay, now Snake's whole hand replenishes. So we are going to throw a left punch, try and keep him tacked in there. Liquid is going to throw a dodge right, which this is a great example. So as you can see, Liquid is going to try and dodge right, and Solid is throwing a left punch to try and block it. If he successfully hits Liquid, he'll cancel his movement. But here we go. We'll find out. Nope, it's a miss. So Liquid dodges out to the right. He's finally out of that corner pin. And getting low in Liquid's deck. All right, so we are going to throw another left punch. We're going to try and keep Liquid on that side. Liquid's going to play. He's going to dodge right again. So totally, we can try and stop that movement. Nope. So Liquid's dodging his way out. Now we're towards the corner. And I guess we're going to throw a right punch to try and get him on to the nose of Rex. Liquid's playing his charge. Should have saw that coming. There's 2 of those. Okay, so Solid's punch, miss, Liquid's charge. 2 hits to Solid. We are 5 damage in out of our 10 life. This isn't good. That pushes Solid back 2 spaces and Liquid enters. So now we are cornered. Solid is going to roll for grip. Climbs up just fine. And that's kind of the resolution of that moment there. So now we're to finally through Liquid's deck. We're going to move down the thermal detonator timer 1 cube, and then we're going to not shuffle his deck. We're going to draw off the top of his deck until there is 1 dodge and 1 punch revealed. So 1 punch, these are removed from the game as we find them. A charge, a dodge. So this is now Liquid's new deck, with any cards that were revealed that weren't the correct ones put into his discard. Okay, so we want to get out of this corner, so we're going to be doing the dodge right maneuver. Liquid is going to play a dodge left. He has a priority 1 on that, so Liquid will dodge left first, and we cannot dodge right. It cancels our dodge right there. He's keeping us pinned in the corner. Well, let's see if we can make it work by dodging left out. Okay, Liquid is going to right punch, which once you orientate him coming out left, Liquid is trying to stop us from coming out, which he does. He hits us for 1 damage, pushes Solid over the edge. Solid doesn't roll an exclamation mark. He climbs up just fine. And we're going to see what we can do. We may just have to roundhouse ourselves out of this. We're going to try 1 more dodge left. It's a left punch. So, because as you can see, basically he's throwing in the wrong direction, we're dodging out of that with no problem. So now we're back into this position. All right, now we should just roundhouse his butt. Go ahead, let's throw roundhouse. Let's see what Liquid does. Liquid's throwing a right punch, so Solid hits him for 2 damage. Liquid throwing the 1 punch back, hits Solid for 1, and they're both knocked back. Liquid rolls for grip, takes no damage in this case, climbs back up. All right. So we're kind of getting down there. We're going to discard the dodge right to move forward 1 space. We're going to throw a right punch. Let's see where Liquid goes with this. He's going to dodge right. So he can totally do that because we're throwing in the side he's dodging away from. So he moves this way. Still got him on the edge though. And that's good because we have 1 card left. It's a roundhouse. And he's going to dodge right again, right into the center, which is not on the edge. But we do get to clock him with the roundhouse because it activates after dodge. We hit him for 1. Okay. He is now at 10 damage. Really need to speed this up because Snake is low on life. All right. That knocks him back 1 space. And we know his charge is coming. Luckily, we just refreshed all our cards. The last card in the deck is his charge. We know that. So what we're going to do is we're going to dodge left and get out of the way of that. Okay, dodging left, not moving forward. Liquid's going to move 1 forward before he performs his card. He's going to charge. Luckily, dodge activates before charge, so we dodge to the left, and Liquid charges up to the edge. Okay, this is good because this is one of those scenarios with charge especially where you notice the characters are no longer aligned in the same row or column. So we can still play a card to move. So we're going to get rid of a dodge right in this case into our discard. And Snake gets to choose the direction. If Liquid was in this scenario, there's a left and a right arrow at the top left of the card that actually tells you which, in this L shape, which way he'll prefer to go. So if Liquid is the one moving and this was the card, he would choose to come here versus here. But anyway, so we're moving up to here. We're going to use our focus token finally and move up 1 extra and then we're just going to go ahead and throw a roundhouse. We need to get his life down. Whoop. Real quick here. We're going to drop the timer. We're through the card, so here we go off the top of the deck again. His charge. We have a dodge. One dodge and one punch is what we're after. And a punch. So. Okay, back to the game. We're throwing that roundhouse. He is left punching, so Snake throws 2 damage on Liquid. Liquid is throwing a complete miss. Perfect. All right, so Liquid gets pushed over the edge. Let's get that out of the way. Liquid rolls for grip. Yes, rolls an exclamation mark. Climbs back up. I swear I'm not rigging the dice for Liquid. I'm just that bad of a roller most of the time. Okay. Well, let's keep on this roll. I hate to burn both of our super moves right off the rip, but let's do another roundhouse. Liquid is going to right punch. So solid, rolls 2 hits. And Liquid, oh, misses. Gosh, can't plan this stuff. All right, well, we knock Liquid off the edge. Liquid rolls for grip. He does roll an exclamation mark. So he is now at 16 damage. Climbs back up. And remove the roundhouse. So now we're just down to our good old punches. So we're just going to guess. Your guess is as good as mine. Let's try a left punch. If I was paying attention to the order of the cards like I should be, I'd know. And he's going to dodge right. All right. Well, that worked out well because we can try and stop it. It is a miss. We're going to go ahead and throw our focus token at that for a +2. We'll hit him for 1. Knock him back over the edge. Up. 1 extra damage. Liquid climbs back up. All right. Let's go ahead and throw a right punch. Left, right, left. All right, let's see what happens. He is going to dodge right. Yeah, we can't stop that. This is the time where we're at the point where he's dodging right twice. Okay. Should have caught that. We're down to his last card, which we know is a charge. So we are going to, let's dodge left. Okay. He's going to charge at us. Yep, here it comes. So we're going to dodge left, and he's going to charge 2 spaces. Turn back around. All right. Okay, so Liquid's deck is going to draw 2 off the top. Dodge and a punch. So punch out of the game. And nope. And a dodge. There we go. So we're getting really low on his cards now. Okay, well, let's get in line. We do want to get engaged because we need to get that last 2 life of them. So we're going to discard the dodge to move over 1. I don't have the movement token anymore. Okay, so your guess is as good as mine. We are going to try and throw a right punch, try and keep Liquid over on that edge. Okay, Liquid's going to move forward, play his card. We know it's a dodge. Right, should have played the left punch. Okay, so he dodges to the corner. We know this is a charge, but we are out of cards. We got 1 card left, and we kind of have to play that, unfortunately. So here we go. Liquid is charging. It's happening. Solid's going to throw his punch. It is a hit. Liquid charges. Hits Solid for 2. Unfortunately, because it's a charge in this case, Liquid, and we did connect with the punch, Liquid's not going to occupy our space, so we're just pushed back 2 spaces here. So let's try that again. Boom. Mighty powerful charge. All right. Liquid is through his deck again, so he's going to play charge. He gets a right punch, and a right dodge. So we're down to the last 2 charge cards. This is basically the last turn of the game. So we have to hit him for 1. And we have to hit him for 1. So we are going to go for a desperate roundhouse. Actually, wait. We definitely need to move forward first. So let's get rid of a dodge left, move forward, throw in the roundhouse. So we are down to, yep, round 5 pretty much. Okay. So Liquid's going to move forward. We know it's a charge. We got to connect. We only have 1 life left as well, so this could still end in a failure. Liquid moves forward, and he's playing his charge card. Okay, so solid 2 hits. Okay, but Liquid doesn't instantly die. In this scenario, you have to get through the round with some life left. Okay, we do have a -2 focus token and a reroll, so we may use that to our advantage. Liquid is going to roll his 2 dice. Oh. Okay, well, we can -2 the 4 down to a 2. But the 5's got to be a solid reroll. Please miss. And it misses. Awesome. So, boom. Liquid takes the damage. Game over. We actually ended the game with 1 life. Liquid is out of life. Awesome. I hope that helps.